5 Piston Cup racers from Cars 1 remain to be made from Mattel in Thailand. Those being Mac Icar, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Ernie Gearson, Eugene Karbareski, and Ryan Shields. They did the metallic version, but not the regular version. I think we can all rule out that they're never going to do Mac Icar or Dale Earnhardt Jr. for various reasons, including copyright. And with Dale, all of the rights went to his stepmom, and she's very particular about how she gives them out to manufacturers. But there is no excuse for the other 3. Where on earth, Mattel, are Tank Coat, Spearmint, and Vuzine? I mean, Mattel has been giving us a lot of repeat Piston Cup racers over the last few years. I mean, this year, all of the ones that have come out, it's at least their second time being made from Thailand. But I don't know, I'm just glad we're still getting retro veteran racers in the lineup. It's very nostalgic to see these cars, especially being favored over Cars 3 ones. I mean, the Cars 3 stock cars really have not been touched by Mattel in a couple years, which is crazy, since 2021. So, yeah, guys, welcome back to another Thailand comparison review. We're going to compare him to his Chinese version, which is the Motor Speedway of the South version that I pulled out here. Only the best of the best for you guys. But yeah, let's just dive right on in. This did come out of 2024 Singles Case E, which I unboxed last week. I will leave the link in the description below and card suggestion pop up in the top right hand corner. The new release in that case was President Mater, who's awesome. You should definitely check out my video on him as well. And just the other day, I also reviewed the new Thailand variant of Wingo with Flame. So a pretty good case all around. You got some retro in there, and then you also got the new President Mater from Cars on the Road. So yeah, Todd here is probably one of the more fan favorite Piston Cup racers, especially with his appearance and big part in the mobile game Cars Fast as Lightning. He has speaking lines. He's like one of your first playable characters. He has multiple paint jobs. He's pretty awesome, even though his model looks a little bit different from the diecast, which looks a little bit different from the R tier, which looks a little bit different from his Cars 3 version. It's all rather inconsistent, but it is Todd. He's just a shapeshifter, I guess. But yeah, I love seeing the artwork, as per usual. Classic. They've been using this for a long time. His nickname is the Shockster. And it's funny, the Disney store, when they released him, actually put that nickname on the packaging, which I was really shocked about. But Mattel has never used it before. It's only in the Meet the Cars book. Besides that, on the back, you have some other Cars 1 releases, including Tumbleweed, Lightning McQueen, Brush Kerber, Kevin Shiftright, Kevin Racing Tire, other classic Piston Cup racers, Thailand variants, although not their first rodeo. Most of those have been out from Thailand since the Blue Desert line, which actually all of them were just varying times. Then you have Todd the Pizza Plant truck and Mater with the working tow hook. So a nice collection here. I will be reviewing Brush Kerber as a Thailand variant in the coming months. Not sure when, but definitely soon. I'll probably do Nitro-Aid, he's coming out soon. I will be doing Lee Revkin, so definitely a lot more that I have not touched. But I'll be right back with Todd, the Shockster, all opened up. Here he is all opened up, and there he is in the movie. Being one of the first Piston Cup racers released, he was shown quite a bit more than your average Piston Cup racer. That's kind of how Mattel did it. I mean, Nitro-Aid, leakless, RPM, octane gain, no stall. While none of them really had speaking lines, they were definitely shown a little bit more than the last ones they released, being Taco Mint, four-wheel drive, and gaskets. And I always found that pretty cool. Kind of assorted them in my collection like that. Like if I put them all in order, like if I put them in a line, it would feel so weird to put like Revolting, Greg Candyman, four-wheel drive up there ahead of the OGs like Aiken Axler, Claude Scruggs, Todd Marcus, Winford Bradford Rutherford, Octane Gain, etc. Then No Stall. And the one after that, if you guys don't recall, was Krusty Rotor for Vinyl Toupe. He was included in that 7-pack in 2007. So he was like the next one out from that core group, being No Stall, RPM, Octane Gain, Leakless, and Nitro-Aid, aside from, of course, the King, McQueen, and Chick Hicks. There's my little Piston Cup rant based on, yeah, that was like so 2007, 2006. That's what my 5-year-old, 6-year-old brain thought about back in the day. Simpler, nice times, right? But yeah, very excited to get into this. I do like the expression that we're working with here. It is a little bit more lively, a little bit more animated than the bland expression that we got on almost all of the original Piston Cup racers. Not saying that, they're bad or anything. They get the job done, but they literally gave the same exact expression to every single Piston Cup racer using the same model. They changed it up for, if you're the leakless model or if you're the RPM model, you know what I mean? But when they do these from Thailand, they do kind of change up the expression every now and again. They alter it a little bit. Obviously, it's nothing drastic, but it is different. So I appreciate that. With this one here, like I said, definitely more animated. You have a little bit of a red outline around the eyelids. The eyes seem to be a little bit more bunched up, looking off to his left there. He's blatantly a more softer red. Before, it was a little bit more poignant, a little more orangey, I would say as well. His grill, the mustache is a little bit fatter. It's like you just took it on Microsoft Word and expanded it. Like you pulled the corners out because it's taller and it's also wider. Yeah, don't hear that every day. All right, let's zoom in here and take a closer look. Not zoom out. The decal for no-stall looks pretty good. It's not the crispest thing in the world, but it's what we've come to expect from Thailand. I'm trying to make my review sound a little bit different than everyone when it comes to these Piston Cup racers, because you guys know we're going to talk about the blurry contingency sponsors and just the blurry decals in general. But that's just what Thailand is. It's no surprise anymore. It just is what it is. The decals are not going to be as clear and crisp as they once were from China. You can see that here with the contingency sponsors. Although I won't say they look bad. Like, I've seen way worse than this. They're nowhere close to the Chinese version, even though this is the Motor Speedway, the solid version, really high quality paint, doesn't really matter. The normal Chinese version that came out in 2014, or like I said, 2007, had perfectly clear decals, better than the Thailand one, regardless. But I will say, because his wheels are black, we don't have to drone on about the poor quality of wheels, the grainiest, the sandpaper look that, I guess this one on Darren Leftwood's not that bad. Here, let me give you guys a good example. On Sage Vanderspin here, you guys could see the sandpaper vibe on the inside of the walls of the wheels there. Yeah, they look pretty good here. The light gear looks solid. Checkerboard, stripe, pretty cool. Really classic design. I really do like Todd Markey here. The Shockster 123, such a fun number. I think he might be the highest numbered Piston Cup racer in the fleet. Is that true, guys? I know, yeah, Clutch Aids 121. I think No Stall might be the highest, being 123. On the back here, you can really see the difference in the color of the paint. Also, mine has a chip, so that's fun. Never like to see that. My Punchy Wipeout had a chip on his wing, too, or his spoiler as well. You can see it right there in the center. Come on, Mattel. What are we doing? Yeah. It's funny, the font on the no-stall text is a little thicker than it was. See how thin that was before. Checkerboard looks fine. Decal here, yeah, definitely softer. It's like they turned down the opacity a little bit on it. It's just, they added blurry edges to it as well, soft edges to it. The windows are now opaque gray, as you can see, whereas before they were actually transparent, but you're looking right at the interior piece inside there. Got the roof flaps. Gas cap over here. Before, the gas cap, you could feel the indentation, but you can't really see it all too well. So at least they do a pretty good job with Thailand making the gas cap known. Like, its presence is known. See when this guy was made. S48A, so the 48th week of 2023 at the A factory in Thailand. That soon will tick over the T. We'll see some TO4s in here, I would assume, with Tony Motorfelt and all those guys when they come out. Hopefully sooner rather than later, right? It is kind of wild that we're at KC right now, and I haven't even revealed Case F yet. I don't know if that's good or bad, to be honest. It's like, Mattel, you're very ahead of schedule. I just feel like it's all going to come crashing down at some point. Like, we're going to enter a 3 to 4 month drought, kind of like we did last year in late April to early June, where there was just nothing at all. Like once we got case G, we had to wait all the way till mid-June for case H, and then they released like case H, J, K, and L all within like a month and a half. So it's just kind of weird. I hope they're just more consistent this year. But yeah, if they're releasing them so fast, they should allow me to reveal the case contents a little sooner, because I feel like it's very liable that case F goes up for sale from one of these resellers before I can even reveal it, which is kind of crazy. Because yeah, I won't be able to reveal case F until Friday, March 1st, which is meaning that that case is not even planned until May 1st. And this case wasn't even planned until, April 1st. That's crazy, guys. That is nuts. Just think how ahead of schedule we are. But yeah, there you guys have it with the Thailand version. I do want to compare him to some other Thailand Piston Cup racers because I do think he's one of the better ones. He's definitely better than Kevin Racing Tire here. I just don't really like his expression. I think he's better than Kevin Shift Right. Both of the Kevins he beats out. So those are both 2024 releases. So he beats out both of them. I don't think he's better than Paunchy Wipeout. I like Paunchy's expression quite a bit. So I'd probably say no. Rusty Cornfuel doesn't even have a painted mouth, so he's automatically worse because that's just unforgivable. Sage Vanderspin's pretty cool, but probably not better than Todd Marcus. Darren Leadfoot's kind of weird. I wouldn't say he's better. He's like a weird darker shade of green. So I wouldn't say he's better than Todd. So those are all the ones I have out of the package, I believe, that are the same model. Obviously, we have Johnny Blamer here. We have Misty Motorcraft. Both came out last year. Claude Scruggs. Claude Scruggs is very meaningful for Todd because they had the scene in the movie where they crash into each other and they're flying around. So it's cool to see them united now from Thailand. Maybe Thailand will finally give us what we've always wanted in race damaged Todd Marcus and Claude Scruggs. Who knows? They did release Race Damage the King in 2022, so it's possible. It's possible. Although I would definitely lean on the side of that not happening ever. If they don't give us Damaged McQueen, it just seems unlikely that they... Well, maybe honestly it's more likely they would do these because they're not main characters. So you can't have that argument of like, oh, we can't do McQueen because he's such a beloved character and we can't let everyone see him beat up. Like, that's just not a good vibe for the kids and all that. It's like, well, screw that, man. Like, everyone wants to see it. Well, totally fine. We're not going to go home crying because we see Damaged McQueen. We saw it in the movie, right? Which is rated G anyway. So, whatever. Don't get me started on that. I just hope we can get some Damaged stuff going forward. And that Damaged King Mini Racer and 155 scale was definitely inspiring some hope. But yeah, here we have the full team of No Stall. We have his semi here. This is the semi, I believe, yeah. There was a semi version released and then the full hauler. They're pretty much the same, but you can't connect the trailer to just the deluxe semi cab. It won't latch in, even though it looks like it will. The ones that they started to do, like in 2016, 2017, they fill this whole solid, so you can't even slide the nub in. But the ones they did in 2009 here, you can slide it in, it just won't latch in. They did that for RPM and No Stall. At least, yeah. I think they did a semi, like Chick Hicks, Mac, and Dynaco haulers as well as just regular deluxes. Here we have Roman Dunes. My Roman's always had this weird microphone where it sticks out. I've tried to bend it back, but it just, I probably could if I really just hold it there for hours. But yeah, it just has always wanted to stick straight out. I was talking the other day, you guys will see this in my future Giga Haul, but I was like, oh, I got this prototype here. It's a Thailand prototype, even though Thailand's never done a crew chief like this. So it has to be a cancel car. I thought it was Roman Dunes, but clearly it's not. They have different models. I did come to the conclusion that this is the canceled Transberry Juice crew chief, which I'll do a whole different kind of video on in the future because that's such a big reveal. But I guess if you watch to the end of this video, you got that early. Here we have Shirley Spinout, the Pity, who's awesome. They never did a toolbox for No Stall because the Pity was never released on its own. They never did a full team set. They just did like these three in a 3-pack. And that was that. Same as Spearmint and Shiny Wax. We have Jonas Carver's the next gen over here. And we have the original. Actually, no. I mean, yes, but kind of. No. Todd Marcus, just from Cars 3, who is a way wilder, more exact paint job. It's like Todd's been racing for like 10 years, and he's like, bro, you gotta like spruce up a little bit. I'm tired of just racing this red, black, and white. And then they just throw like every color in the Crayola box. Todd, excuse me, guys. I'm cracking myself up. Still trying to get over a cold. But yeah, blue, black, teal. It looks awesome. It's one of my favorite Cars 3 Piston Cup stock cars. But yeah, just such a wild departure. Almost kind of like Rev Roges for Vinyl Toupe. But yeah, guys, let me know in the comment section below. Do you prefer the Chinese version of Todd Marcus or the Thailand version? Also, let me know if you prefer the Cars 3 version of Todd over the Cars 1 version. For me, I always have to opt with the Chinese version because the decals are better. And also, what the hell? I'm sorry, original Todd, but your predecessor, future Todd, is just way more colorful and way more awesome at the end of the day. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye now.